Hello everyone, my name is Jared and welcome to the Anime Ashtray. Today I am bringing you my very first light novel recommendation for Welcome to the NHK. As you all know, there is an anime adaptation of this. You're all probably most familiar with that. And there's also a manga series, but this is the novel that started it all. I'm going to read the little excerpt from the back of the book just so you know what it's kind of about, and then I'll go into my feelings about this novel. All right. 22-year-old Sato, a college dropout and an aficionado of anime porn, knows a little secret. Or at least he thinks he does. Believe it or not, he has stumbled upon an incredible conspiracy created by the Japanese broadcasting company, NHK. But despite fighting the good fight, Sato has become an unemployed hikikomori, a shut-in who has withdrawn from the world. One day he meets Miyazaki, a mysterious young girl who invites him to join her special project. Slowly, Sato comes out of his reclusive shell, and his hilarious journey begins, filled with mistaken identity, Lolita complexes, and the ultimate quest to create the greatest hentai game ever. I know, sounds pretty strange. If you have seen the anime, you all know that this is great. If you've read the manga, you all know that this is great. But if you haven't read the novel, I highly suggest you read the novel. As I said before, this is the one that started it all, so you'll be able to get the most complete story from this light novel. The light novel is, how do I put this without making it sound terrible? The light novel is a lot deeper, a lot more hilarious, and quite a bit more perverted than the manga and the anime. To me, this is the best way to experience the Welcome to the NHK story. I absolutely love every adaptation of this novel. I love the manga, I love the anime, but to me, this light novel is the best way that you can experience this crazy trip. This is what got me back into reading manga. I picked this light novel up a long, long time ago, read it, fell in love with it, figured out there was a manga, read the manga, figured out there was an anime, and watched the anime. The characters are incredibly likable. The story is believable. I know a lot of us, I don't like to use the word otakus, but I know a lot of you consider yourself an otaku, really are some of us can be pretty socially awkward. I know I am. So that's why I really relate to Sato and his problems. I'm not going to go as far as to call myself a hikikomori, but I definitely don't like leaving the house as much as I used to. There's a couple of side stories. The main overarching story is Miyazaki trying to cure Sato of his shut-inness, but he ends up finding out that he's living next to a friend from school, and they both who is a complete otaku. He is the worst kind of anime and manga fan. You know, he's blaring his anime music all day and all night, and Sato can hear it through the walls, and it makes him starts driving him insane, etc., etc. Until finally he's had enough, and that's how he figures out who that is. And that's where the quest to create the greatest hentai game of all time comes in. So not only do you have the storyline of Miyazaki trying to cure Sato of his shut-inness, his hikikomori type ways, but you also have the storyline of Sato reconnecting with a school friend and them creating the greatest hentai game ever made, and hilarity ensues, etc. If you read the manga and seen the anime, you know that Sato has a little bit of a mental, not disorder, but he's a little bit crazy. The novel goes into that quite a bit more. He has drug problems. He has, he orders these drugs that he found online, and it makes him hallucinate, etc. And it just kind of snowballs from there until he's finally ready to try to change his life. And at in at the core of things, this is a comedy, but I would definitely consider it a dark comedy. The author of this book himself is a hikikomori, so this is very kind of not an autobiography or anything, but all the experiences that the main character experiences in this book probably stem from a lot of the stuff that he went through himself, which makes it very, very believable, and you can definitely tell that he knows what he's talking about when he's speaking of these type of problems. I know there's not a huge light novel crowd out there, but it's something that I've been getting really into recently. Uh, and this is an awesome place to start off if you're trying to get into light novels. Definitely not appropriate for the younger crowd. Um, it is there is some pretty explicit content in here, but if you're mature enough to handle that kind of stuff, I definitely recommend checking out Welcome to the NHK. If you like the novel and you've only seen the anime, definitely check out the manga too. I'll be doing a recommendation on that eventually as well. But this is by far one of the best light novels I have ever read, and I hope you can check it out. It's pretty easy to find still. The mangas are kind of out of print, but the light novel itself is fairly simple to find. So there you have it. My very first light novel recommendation. I hope some of you find this interesting. I know most of you that watch my videos are into manga, but if you haven't tried out light novels before, I would definitely recommend that you give them a shot. They're great. They're like books. They're super easy to read. Very, very enjoyable. As always, I'll leave my Twitter, my blog, and my anime list links down below. And I thank you guys all so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to check out my other videos on my channel, please do. And if you like what you see there, please subscribe. And as always, if it's worth reading, it's worth buying. I'll catch you guys later.